Hey, I just saw this from Anaya Svanoe. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing Anaya's name correctly because I just gave her a call and said that announcing a march on Phil Tagami's house is purely on the idea that Phil's a millionaire is the silliest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. I mean, I don't know where people get this idea from that, well, first of all, you have to march on somebody's house on based solely on a perceived view of their finances and that I guess Phil is the only millionaire in Oakland? Not. I mean, you should basically march on every person's house that's a millionaire, considering that the average value of a house in Oakland is over $1 million. eh, That it basically draws every household there is. And I think we have something like, what, 128,000 of them? So you have a lot of work to do. Why don't you march on every single house in Oakland? And then not only that, see how they like it. If you want to make a difference in society, build a company and build jobs. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if it's a web company like mine. I don't care if it's a development company like Phil's. Build a company and build jobs and stop whining about what you think other people have. It puts you in the position of being what you don't want to be perceived as a loser, and you're not a loser. Okay? You don't want to be a loser? Don't do those things. I'm being blunt because this is too much going on. I'm thinking, where do these folks get the time to get out here and walk and do this sort of thing when you could be sitting down and actually creating things? You need money, create something of value that somebody else wants, even in the middle of a pandemic, and you'll make money. You need money, ask to have a fund so that people can either donate or simply pay into or invest in what you do. Want an investment vehicle? Start your own C Corp. It's far less expensive than you realize. Use your brain. But this idea that I'm going to march on Phil's house because, oh, I know, he's rich is ridiculous. But that's exactly the word that's going around. This is the height of lunacy. You march on the mayor's house? Well, she's the mayor of Oakland. That encompasses a lot of power. They can do a lot of good for millions of people. I get it. I get it. Okay? I'm not a supporter of that sort of thing, but I get it. But Phil is not the mayor of Oakland. And not only that, the project that Phil is working on, the Oakland Bulk and Oversized Terminal, which I've lived with for 30 years, all right? 30 years, okay? Is something that was started by the city of Oakland to replace the closed Army base that employed thousands of people, 7,000. To date, because of his work on a project the city has not approved because it's a coal terminal, and it's not. Anybody who tells you that is either lying or ignorant of both. There's generally a lot of that going around, okay? That Oakland found the coal for because it's the only way it was going to pencil out. And if you don't understand what pencil out means, that's part of the problem. Pencil out means make a profit, okay? All of that was started by the city of Oakland and the city selected Phil to do, the city has now tried to back away from because Tom Steyer, who himself was a coal investor, decided that he was going to try to move the market to his investment in what he calls clean energy. This is all a trick. You all are being played. Once again, completely played. 1 billion% played. You don't know where energy comes from. You don't know who's consuming it. You have assumptions. But the truth is far different than what you know. But I digress. Don't assume that it's okay to harass a person because you think they've got money. It's not. And not only that, let's flip it around. Suppose you were the person who others assumed had a great deal of money? Would you appreciate it if people were suddenly storming your house on that assumption? Oh, she's got money. Let's go and have a day of action at her house. How would you respond to that? It would be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? How would you respond to that? What's your calling in life? What is it that you want to do? How do you want to make the world better? Let me say this. Don't put yourself in a position where you think people have things you don't have. Because the point is that the one thing that you have, that Phil has, that people watching this video have, we all have brains. Use your brains and collaborate with people in a way that produces effective operations that employ people and make their lives better. Your operation does not make anyone's life better. It causes people to use their energy to do an action that, in point of fact, isn't going to lead to anything other than bruises on feet, need for water and food, the same income state that they were in when before they embarked on the matter that you started, and a lot of hurt feelings. There's no productivity in that. Try another way. Try building a company. Try making the world truly better.